It is a picture-perfect Saturday evening here in Daytona Beach, Florida. It is opening day for the 2022 NASCAR Xfinity Series season. It has been a long 3 months, but the off-season winter break is finally in the rearview mirror, and we are set to go racing here at the Daytona International Speedway, right here live on the 4Y Broadcasting Network. 31-year-old Daniel Hemric enters the season as the defending series champion after the last lap, last corner dramatic pass on Austin Cindric to claim the 2021 series championship. But this season he moves from Joe Gibbs Racing to Colleague Racing. Now will that provide a challenge for Hemric to go back-to-back when it comes to defending his Xfinity Series champion? 19-year-old Ty Gibbs enters the season with only 18 career starts to his resume, but with 4 victories 1 year ago, many believe that Ty Gibbs will be the favorite to win the 2022 championship and dethrone Daniel Hemric. And one of our rookie contenders for 2022 is Georgia native Austin Hill, moving up from the Camping World Truck Series to compete for Richard Childress Racing here in 2022. Austin Hill's first big opportunity came driving for Shiggy Hattori in the Truck Series in 2019. His first race for that team was right here at Daytona, and he ended the night picking up his first career win. Can he replicate that success and translate it to another win here tonight in Daytona? Each of these drivers will have to face off against some of the Cup Series superstars running double duty here tonight. Former Xfinity winners Chase Briscoe and Cole Custer, teammates at Stewart-Haas Racing, will be driving the 2 smaller teams, RSS Racing and SS Green. But no doubt their experience could pay off and get one of those small budget teams into victory lane here at Daytona. As we look back at the Daytona International Speedway, it is a beautiful day. Beautiful night. We got some clouds in the sky, but no chance of rain in the forecast. It's definitely a picture-perfect day for NASCAR racing. 45 laps of action, no stages, and these drivers can go all the way on fuel more than likely. The pit window is 42 to 45 laps. This is a 45-lap race, so it'll be a little bit tight when it comes to making it all the way on fuel. Well, you would expect a little bit of cautions here as the race goes on. As the cars are lined up on pit lane, the number 19 of Brandon Jones secured his second pole here at Daytona, the 4th of his career. And he'll lead the number 98 of Riley Herbst in the field down to the green flag. Riley Herbst making up the outside of the front row. We got the 2 teammates from RCR, Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed, on the second row. And we have 3 different manufacturers in the top 3 spots on the grid. That's definitely what we like to see. The variety here at the front of the field. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, the cars will be rolling off of pit lane, so don't go anywhere as NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing on the 4Y Broadcasting Network returns right here after. We are back live here at Daytona, getting set to go green here at the World Center of Racing for the first green flag of the year. Brandon Jones on the front row with Riley Herbst. A couple of teammates from Richard Childress Racing. A couple of rookie teammates, Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed. 18 of Ty Gibbs, 16 AJ Allmendinger. Making up the first 3 rows on the grid. We got the number 11, Daniel Hemric, the defending series champion. Picked up his very first career win in November of last year in a dramatic fashion, capturing the title. He has a new teammate this year, a couple of new teammates with AJ Allmendinger, but also the 10 of Lanny Castle. Possibly the biggest break of his career so far, joining Colleague Racing. He'll start inside the top 10 in 9th place. Anthony Alfredo joins Our Motorsports. He'll start 22nd. This is a 3rd car out of that organization. He'll be a teammate to Brett Moffatt. And the 27 of Jeb Burton, who also joins the team after winning at Talladega last spring. 40 drivers are on the grid. We had 49 cars show up, the most we've had come to Daytona since 2010 when we had about 55 entries. So this was an incredible field we had here. And now it's going to get set to go green with Brandon Jones and Riley Herbst, your front row, as we get set to go green here at Daytona. Pretty good jump there by the 19 of Brandon Jones. Gets out to an early lead with a push from the 21 of Austin Hill. The 2 of Sheldon Creed went high down to turn 1 and 2. Is already going to lose a few spots as some of the collie cars go by. Now Hemric jumps up in that third lane. We saw in the truck race last night, we saw a lot of 3-wide racing, a lot of 3-wide, which made it so hard to work your way up through the field. And I would expect the same thing here this evening. And Daniel Hemric's already getting a nice little push from the 2 of Sheldon Creed. They got a couple of cars, a couple of Chevrolets to help. That's Sam Mayer and Noah Gregson. As we exit turn 4 down to complete lap number 1, give it to Riley Herbst at the line. And saw a couple of cars peel off the pit lane. The 47 of Matt Mills and the 92 of Mario Gosselin. Trouble for these two cars. And these two cars came to pit road before we even went green. So some more trouble developing on the 92 of Mario Gosselin and the 47 of Matt Mills. And we'll try to give an update on those two cars as soon as we can. But right now, the battle up front, we have a Toyota on the bottom, a Ford in the middle, and a Chevrolet up top. And this is basically a replica of what we saw last night in the Truck Series race. We saw Tyler Ankrum score the victory last night, his second career win of his career. He's in this race tonight, making his Xfinity Series debut. You see him towards the back of the pack on that inside line. This is a 45-lap race, no stages. Right there, here comes that surge in that middle lane by the 98 of Riley Herbst. You see the inside lane has such an advantage on the inside through the corners, as you see Sam Mayer go 4 wide on the outside of the 2 of Sheldon Creed. A little bit maybe too early for some 4 wide, but Sam Mayer already getting aggressive, and he has help from his teammate Noah Gregson on the outside lane. And now Mayer gets in the outside of the 11 of Hemric. That's going to hurt that outside line as well as the middle lane. It gives some more momentum to the inside of Brandon Jones. And when Sam Mayer went 4 wide, it completely killed that third lane. Look at all the spots Sam Mayer is losing, as well as the 32 of Jordan Anderson. You saw Austin Wayne Self, 37 car, losing quite a few spots. Back into the front, though, Hemric's got to try to regroup. He has Noah Gregson, Myatt Snyder, and Brett Moffatt, who was runner-up in this race 1 year ago, hoping to get 1 spot better. Now the 16 of AJ Allmendinger leading the middle lane, as Riley Herbst was able to get cleared and has now dropped to the bottom of the racetrack and now leading the inside line, pushed by the 19 of Brandon Jones. A lot of guys have been running double duty here this week. We talked about Chase Briscoe and Cole Custer. They'll be in the 500 tomorrow, but a couple of you guys also will be in that race as well, including your leader Riley Herbst. He'll be making his series debut in the Cup Series tomorrow. Brandon Jones, he failed to qualify for the Great American Race. So this is his only race left of the week. Trying to go out in style and get that Menards Toyota in victory lane here at Daytona. Allmendinger pushed by Sheldon Creed. Daniel Hemric up top, pushed by Noah Gregson. They're not teammates here on Saturdays, but later on this year, they'll be teammates on Sundays, as Noah Gregson will be competing for colleague racing in a handful of starts in the NASCAR Cup Series. So that'll be interesting to watch as the season continues to move on. See a couple of cars out at the top of the screen, right ahead of our leaders. We have those 2 cars that came to pit lane, 47 of Matt Mills and the 92 of Mario Gosselin. They came to pit road. Now we got word that the 47 of Matt Mills was to serve a lap under green. They failed pre-race inspection 4 times. They were black flagged. That's where the 47 came to pit lane. We not quite sure why the 92 car came to pit road. after the green flag came out. There'll be those two cars. They're going to be under attack here pretty soon, as this 38 car field is going to catch them and catch them pretty quickly. There is such a big speed difference between this big pack of cars right here and then the duo of Gosselin and Matt Mills. Once again, though, all three lanes pretty even so far. Nobody really able to get out to a advantage right now. Riley Herbst's doing a nice job on the inside. He's never been in victory lane in this series. He came close at California Speedway in 2020. He was runner-up to Harrison Burton. That's back when he was jobbing for Joe Gibbs Racing. Took over with the car that won 9 times that same year with Chase Briscoe. Hasn't been able to find victory lane just yet, but today could be the day. He's been fast all weekend long. But when this series is known, when we come to these types of tracks, the team that you really got to watch out for is those Colleague Racing Chevrolets. And right now he is under attack. He has 2 of them on his outside. As you saw another car go 4 wide up top, that's the 32 of Jordan Anderson. Top 20 in the truck race last night. He has 2 runner-up finishes here at Daytona in the truck series. And he just put the one of Sam Mayer 4 wide, just like how Sam Mayer tried to put, I believe it was Sheldon Creed 4 wide earlier in the race. So hard to make that 4th lane work because it's just one little mistake. One little mistake, one little bobble. You see the 4 wide right here. Austin Wayne himself in the middle with Cesar Baccarella also in that middle lane. Josh Berry in the bottom. One little mishap, and he can wipe out half the field because you're 4 wide. And right now you have another car leading that inside line, or the outside lane. That looks to be the 78 of Josh Williams. And he's getting a pretty good push here as they enter turn number 3. Look at the momentum they have. Not everybody behind them on that 4th lane was able to stay with the 78 and the 32. And I'm very surprised to see how many cars are still in this lead draft. Normally we see a lot of the underfunded cars try to hang in the back, try to stay out of trouble because they do not want to tear up their equipment so early on in the season. But right now you see Sheldon Creed now take advantage of that 3rd lane, tearing apart. And now Creed jumps up, tries to make something happen. Picks up the 11 of Daniel Hemric. But back down on the bottom, the 98 of Riley Herbst and the 16 of AJ Allmendinger. Creed almost pushed out to the lead, but just can't clear the 16 just yet. And all 38 cars right here in this lead pack, and this is why we all love Daytona. As they are approaching the 2 slower cars, the 92 and the 47, this is why we all love Daytona. You can be running in last place, and you can still be within 1 second of leading and winning this race here at Daytona. Now, as they try to work their way around the 92 and the 47, let's see how this is going to affect the leaders. They seem to be up to speed pretty good big, considering this only a 2-car tandem. Now Riley Herbst in the 98. Matt Mills is going to try to pull a block possibly. Herbst is going to stay behind the 92. Allmendinger jumps up. He's going to have the 2 of Sheldon Creed behind him. And now all of a sudden we have 2 lap down cars leading the field here at Daytona, trying not to go a lap down. Matt Mills, the 47, that is a Mike Harmon Racing Chevrolet. Matt Mills will be running the full year in that 47 car. Mario Gosselin, this is only a 1-race deal, as road course ringer Preston Pardus will begin driving that car full-time beginning next week at California. Pardus was not approved for this race, so the boss man himself, Mario Gosselin, taking control of that 92 car here this evening on, but having some problems here early on as he's currently 1 lap down, and he's about to go 2 laps down, I believe. And they are 4 wide back here. Josh Williams again 4 wide on the outside lane. That's the 08 of Cole Custer in the middle. And now look at the 31. Myatt Snyder jumping up to that 3rd lane. Picks up the 16 of Allmendinger. Myatt Snyder, this is another new driver team combination here for 2022. Your winner from Homestead Miami Speedway 1 year ago. Moving over to Jordan Anderson Racing for the full year. And that organization brought 2 cars. The boss man, Jordan Anderson's driving the second car. We've seen him being pretty aggressive here so far this evening. And they're 4 wide again. That pink and blue 74, that's Jason White. A lot of experience here in the truck series. Way back in the day, over a decade ago. That's another car from Mike Harmon. He saw Myatt Snyder get pushed to the lead. He immediately dropped low to protect that bottom lane. Remember, that inside lane is, you have to treat it like it's your best friend, because nobody can go below that double yellow line and advance their position. But now he has company on the outside, the 0-2, that yellow and black 0-2 of Brett Moffatt. We're talking about him on the pace lap. He was runner-up in this race 1 year ago. Runner-up to Austin Cindric. That's how close he was to his very first win of his career. This is a smaller team. Our Motorsports is not a team like Junior Motorsports or Joe Gibbs Racing. They do such a great job with their limited resources, and right now could be viewed as a dark horse to make the playoffs, as only 16 drivers will be making the playoffs here in 2022. Sorry about that. My recording stopped recording, but Brett Moffatt definitely, that 0-2 car definitely going to be a contender here in 2022, even with a small budget. His teammate Jeb Burton moving over to Our Motorsports as well. He's going to try to go for the lead, but Moffatt's going to put his new teammate 4 wide for the lead. Remember that 47 of Matt Mills is multiple laps down, and that 47 car, Moffatt went 4 wide. That's going to kill that outside line yet again. And then that's going to give the advantage to the 31 of Myatt Snyder. As Mario Gosselin, I tell you what, even though these guys are a couple laps down, they are definitely showing that they got some speed here. They're both 2 laps down. They're trying to get at least 1 lap back, because when you go 2 laps down, it's so hard to get back on the lead lap. At least when you go 1 lap down, it is manageable to get back on the lead lap. As Myatt Snyder is about to get pushed by the 98 of Riley Herbst, as Matt Mills and Mario Gosselin trying to get back on the lead lap. As we are working lap number 19, about to head into lap 20. That'll give us about 26 laps to go here at Daytona. And they're 4 wide again back in the back, as we have the 92 car coming to pit lane. So more trouble going on with the 92 of Mario Gosselin. He has speed. I mean, he was up there running with the leaders, but we're hearing that could be something more. Something developing on the 92 of Mario Gosselin, as the 18 of Ty Gibbs. After all the mess that we've seen so far, Ty Gibbs has gone to the lead, trying to battle the 2 of Sheldon Creed. And give a shout out to that 36 on the outside lane, David Starr, Texas native, former driver of the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And David Starr up here battling for the lead. That is a teammate to Mario Gosselin. And up on the top lane, you have Allmendinger, you have Santino Verrucci, now the 47 coming back to pit lane. So, not sure what the situation is for Matt Mills and Mario Gosselin. But yeah, the 2 of Sheldon Creed now leading the 18 of Ty Gibbs side by side, pushed by Brett Moffatt, and the 74 of Jason White. A lot of great stories here inside the top 10. Something else we didn't really talk a whole lot about yet in this broadcast is fuel. Now, this is the 45 lap race, as you see David Starr go 4 wide on the back straightaway. This is a 45 lap race, and the pit window is about 41 to 43 laps, so it is going to be pretty close when it comes to trying to make it all the way on field, as another car is coming to pit lane. Can't tell who that is. That appears to be the 08 of Cole Custer. So another problem developing. This time is on the 08 of Cole Custer. But this is about a 45 lap race. You can go about 41 to 43 laps on the field. So there is some fuel saving that's probably going on here. And that's why you see a lot of drivers in the back. Some drivers that we normally see up front, like Noah Gragson, Josh Berry, John Hunter Nemechek, Justin Allgaier, I would assume that they are pretty intent with where they are, trying to save fuel, trying to save those a few laps of field to make sure they can make it all the way to the end and not have to come down pit lane, because you want to make sure you have all the track position you have as Sheldon Creed and Ty Gibbs continue to battle up front for the lead. You have the new driver of the number 1 car here this season for Junior Motorsports, Sam Mayer, leading the charge on the outside lane, pushed by the 98 of Riley Herbst. This is with 23 laps to go. They're now catching the 47 of Matt Mills again to put him another lap down. And he's going to hurt the bottom lane. That's going to give the lead of the 18 of Ty Gibbs. And now Sam Mayer is going to go to the outside, and he's going to take second place and try to take that lead away. And here comes Riley Herbst through the middle, Great move there by the 98 of Riley Herbst through the middle lane. 2 Monster Energy cars on the inside of Sam Mayer's number 1. And there's the 08 of Cole Custer. As they are about to put the 08 of Cole Custer 1 lap down. SS Greenlight Racing partnering with Stewart Haas Racing here in 2022. Couple of the Stewart Haas Cup guys are going to drive that 08 car in multiple races here this season, including Cole Custer and Chase Briscoe. And look at the run by the 27 of Jeb Burton. A big push by Jeffrey Earnhardt, and the caution is out for debris on the racetrack. We just got where the caution is out. And that will change everything here at Daytona. So that will put us in the caution here for the first time tonight here at Daytona. We can tell you that the 92 of Mario Gosselin is currently 4 laps down and still sitting on pit lane. Matt Mills is 3 laps down, but the free pass will go to Cole Custer, who they just put 1 lap down right before this yellow came out. So it'll be Riley Herbst leading, Jeb Burton, Sheldon Creed, Jeffrey Earnhardt, and Santino Ferrucci. That is your top 5. And look at some of the names up here inside the top 10. We talked about, Burton having a nice run for that 27 team, Earnhardt for Mario Gosselin's team, Jason White driving a car for Mike Harmon Racing. There's Santino for Sam Hunt, Chase Briscoe. This is a RSS Racing entry, a teammate to Ryan Sieg, David Starr. I mean, a lot of great stories here inside the top 10, throughout the top 15. And this caution could help many of these guys make it on field. But you see the 98 of Riley Herbst, he is going to give up the lead to come to pit lane. So is the 74 of Jason White. So these 2 cars will come down pit lane. That will hand the lead over to the 1, I believe, is Sam Mayer. No, that will be the 27 of Jeb Burton. So Burton will take the lead away as Herbst will come down pit lane. Not quite sure the move there by the 98, because this caution should put everybody in their window to make it all the way on field without coming down pit lane. So that is a very surprising move by the 98. And also, it's going to be hard to really make his way through the field because it's just so hard. We've seen this all week long. We saw it last night, and we're seeing it again tonight. It's just so hard for these guys to make their way up through the field. But we'll see what Riley Herbst can do right now. The 27, Jeb Burton, Our Motorsports lead here at Daytona. And we're going to go to a commercial break. But don't go anywhere. The restart coming up next here on the 4Wide Broadcast. We are now doubling up for the restart. We'll have 18 laps to go. When they come back around to take the green flag, Jeb Burton, 1 career win in the Xfinity Series that came last year at Talladega. A colleague racing a rain-shortened win, but I know Burton would love to get a win by taking the checker flag at the full distance. Sheldon Creed moving up from the Truck Series, the 2020 Truck Series champion, on the outside of the front row. During the caution break, the 92 of Mario Gosselin, he has taken his car behind the wall, and now the 45, we just got a report, the 45 of Cesar Baccarella has pulled his car into the garage area. So Baccarella is out along with Gosselin, leaving us with 38 cars on track. As we get set to go green, give you a top 10 rundown. Jeb Burton and Sheldon Creed, Jeffrey Earnhardt, and the one of Sam Mayer, Santino Verrucci and Ty Gibbs, Chase Briscoe, David Starr, Tommy Joe Martins, and Brett Moffatt. Look at the names inside the top 10. Many names have never been to victory lane in this series. They are all lined up within the top 10. Daniel Hemric, the series champion. Austin Wayne Self making the series debut. Teammates on row 7, Myatt Snyder and Jordan Anderson. Row 8, Stephen Parsons, Brandon Jones, your pole center. Brandon Brown, Tyler Ankrum, Jeremy Clements, and Austin Hill. But you look outside the top 20, some big names. Noah Gragson, Landon Castle, Justin Allgaier, AJ Allmendinger, and Riley Herbst. Can they make the way back up to the front? They have 18 laps to do it. We're back underway here at Daytona. Jeb Burton brings us back down to green. Pretty good jump there on the inside lane. Burton and Earnhardt. With Sheldon Creed trying to stay door to door with the 27. He's got push from the one of Sam Mayer. Also the 18 of Ty Gibbs. And now Gibbs wins it through wide. Really want these drivers, they really want to be that first guy leading that third lane. Because if you get stuck around, maybe the third or fourth place car, you kind of get stuck. There's a little bit of contact with Sam Mayer and Ty Gibbs. They nearly take each other out. Saw Brandon Jones make a really great move to the outside to avoid any possible carnage by the 18 and the 1. And as they come to the line, it will be the 27, Jeb Burton leading. And we saw a couple of cars come to pit lane. The 66 of Stephen Light has brought his car to pit lane. The 74 also back on pit lane. Jason White there, he was having such a great night. And they are now both on pit lane. Burton on the bottom. Sheldon Creed trying to lead the charge on the outside. He's got pushed by the 0-2 of Brett Moffatt. Austin Wayne Self is there. Is that the 68? It is. Brandon Brown, Anthony Alfredo, Ryan Truex, Ryan Seek. But here comes the push on the outside by the 18 of Ty Gibbs and the 32 of Jordan Anderson. 16 to go here at the stripe. And give it to the 27 of Burton. More laps to go by. The more aggressive these guys are going to be when it comes to trying to work their way up through the field. Remember, the 98 of Riley Herbst, he gave up the lead to come to pit lane. He's already worked his way up to 30th place at the moment in that 98 car, but so he's making progress. AJ Allmendinger is now on the outside. Austin Hill has jumped up to the third lane. Brandon Jones up there. The 48, you see Jade Buford getting pretty close to the outside wall coming off turn 4. And up front, you see we have a new leader, the 0-2 of Brett Moffatt leading here. So the two teammates for Our Motorsports, first and second on the bottom. We have Sheldon Creed on the outside, pushed by rookie Austin Wayne Self. And up top, you have the 18, Ty Gibbs, continuing to try to work that third lane in and get up alongside the 2 and the 0-2. A lot of great stories. We keep talking about a lot of these underdogs up here. This track, the draft, provides opportunities for drivers and teams that they may not have anywhere else on the schedule besides here in Talladega. Some teams like that, maybe the 0-2 of Brett Moffatt, maybe the 27 of Jeb Burton, 37 of Austin Wayne Self, 68 Brandon Brown. Some of these guys may believe that this is their only chance to make it into the playoffs. They may not feel comfortable about possibly pointing their way in, as you saw the 68 of Brandon Brown and the 4 of Ryan Truex. Jumping up now in front of the 18 of Ty Gibbs. Now Sheldon Creed got a good push there from the 37 of Self, down to 68, pushing ahead. Entering turn 3, and now Truex goes 4 wide for the lead. The 18 does not go with him. That's going to hurt the outside line. That's going to kill Brandon Brown's momentum. That's going to hurt the entire third lane. And now you see Ty Gibbs has to try to avoid the 4 Ryan Truex. He gets behind the 23 of Anthony Alfredo in that middle lane. But now that puts Sheldon Creed back even against the 0-2 of Brett Moffatt and the 4 Ryan Truex, still losing more and more spots. Look at more back he's falling out. From battling inside the top 5 to now almost being outside the top 25. I'll tell you what, that red and white 37, Austin Wayne Self, putting on one heck of a performance. This is his series debut, his very first career start, and the team he's driving for, AM Racing, owned by his father Tim. This is their very first start in this series as well. So this is a great performance by that 37 car. Trying to get that car up front to victory lane. That would be huge for that team moving forward in the season. But Sheldon Creed, Brett Moffatt, they're still side by side for the lead, entering turn number 1. And guys, we haven't really talked a whole lot about tonight. The 8 of Josh Berry, the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek. They're up here in this middle lane. And now we have a few more cars going 4 wide. Is that Jade Buford? It is, the 48th. 4 wide on the outside. He has Stephen Parsons, Tyler Ankrum. If you can figure out a way to keep your momentum up when you make it 4 wide, you can go all the way up to the front. But we've seen, when these guys are making it 4 wide, they're trying to get that 4th lane going because they're stuck where they are. With it being 3 wide, they're trying to make it 4 wide. But when they are, it's just so hard to keep that momentum because sometimes these cars, they just want to get sideways. The handling maybe going away on some of these cars. And now Buford, we saw Ryan Truex pull that same move, and look where it got Truex all the way back here outside the top 30, and now that's where the 48's going as well. Back up front, though, is still the same 3 guys, 3 wide for the lead, and here comes Self, a great push into turn 3 by the 68 of Brandon Brown. Last time this series raced on a super speedway was Talladega last October, and it was Brandon Brown who grabbed his very first career win. The Talladega race prior in the spring, it was Jeb Burton who got his very first career win. And ironically, they are all up here inside the top 10 with 10 laps to go. Anthony Alfredo, that's the other Hour Motorsports entry here in 2022. He's also inside the top 5. So what a story this would be for Chris Hour. Can he get all 3 of his cars inside the top 5? And here comes Brandon Brown, 4 wide on the outside and by the 68. Oh, he's there. He's right up alongside the 37. That's going to kill Austin Wayne Self's run. And here comes Allgaier and Gregson, 4 wide. They know time is running out. They got to get going. They got to make something happen. But now that 4th lane starting to lose the steam again. And that's even affected that 2nd lane led by Sheldon Creed. And that's allowed Jeb Burton to get clear in the 2 car. And now Creed's got to, regain his composure, regain his momentum. And now he's got the 27 in front of him. So Burton now to the outside, pushed by Sheldon Creed, but Josh Berry's got to run on that 3rd lane. Ryan C jumps 4 wide on the outside. It's the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek pushing the 18. That's Ty Gibbs now up on the outside lane. I thought that was Josh Berry for a moment, unless Berry jumped down. Now we have the 32 of Jordan Anderson coming to pit lane. Not sure what the issue is there on the 32. Jordan Anderson. 74, Jason White has seconded his car to the garage area quite a few laps ago. Stephen Light also done for the night as well. And now Josh Berry. We thought we saw him 3 wide on the outside. Now he is leading that 3rd lane, pushed by the 98 of Riley Herbst, who's done a great job working his way back up through the field. And that 98 car has one of the fastest cars, if not the fastest car here on track. He's pushing the 8 of Josh Berry out front to the lead as we're coming to 7 to go. And now we have a couple more cars coming to pit lane. The 47, that's Matt Mills. He's multiple laps down. The 99 of Greg Gaulding. Not sure what the issue is there on those 2 cars. see the field's gotten a little bit separated. You see a little bit of separation towards the back of the pack. Justin Allgaier, looks like that's the 21 of Austin Hill, 19 Brandon Jones, 16 AJ Allmendinger. That line's gotten a little bit separated, but they should be able to regain all that time lost here entering turn number 3 as Nemechek 4 wide. Ryan Sieg does not go with them. That's going to hurt Josh Berry's line. And when these guys make that move 4 wide as the 32 is coming back down the pit lane, when they make it 4 wide, not only does it hurt that third lane, but it hurts that second lane as well. And we've seen that a couple of times already here tonight, as well as last night in the Truck Series race. Moffatt down low. How about that 90? Jeffrey Earnhardt. What is Earnhardt thinking right now? Driving that 90 car. This is a part-time deal with DGM Racing. What is going through his mind? What can he possibly do to get the Earnhardt name back in victory lane? What a special moment that would be for that Earnhardt family. He's got a bunch of Chevrolets around him though. He has 3 up front, side by side for the lead, almost with Moffatt, Burton, and Berry. And how about that 24 now getting up here in the mix in that middle lane? That's the 24 of Kyle Weatherman, a Sam Hunt Racing Toyota, joining that team full time here in 2022. He spent the last couple of years driving for Mike Harmon's team. Now I've been able to get this opportunity to drive for Sam Hunt Racing, a team that's been very on the rise. It's had a lot of success here lately. A lot of good runs at the end of last year, and they expect to have an even better 2022 season. But we're still 3 wide here at the front. Brett Moffatt looking for his very first win of his NASCAR Xfinity Series career. He was runner-up in this race just 1 year ago. Can he get a little bit of redemption here? Jeb Burton, his new teammate, on the outside, pushed by Sheldon Creed. Barry in that third lane lost some momentum there off turn number 4. Now they got to regroup and try to gain it back here. Heading down the back straightaway as we're coming to 3 to go. This time by. If you're in the back, if you're, the 10 of Landon Castle, the 7 of Justin Allgaier, the 11 of Daniel Hemric, what can you do? And I don't really think there's anything they can do unless a caution comes out and they're able to maybe pick up some spots on the restart. But right now they are stuck, and they are basically stuck where they are as we're coming off turn 4, 3 laps to go. Moffatt and Burton still side by side. Berry still having a little bit of trouble getting alongside the 27. Looks like he may need a little bit more of a push from the 98 of Riley Hurts. 18 Ty Gibbs. Is he going to be committed to helping the 8 or the 98? What about the 9 of Noah Gregson? Noah's aggressive. He's going to be very eager to get that car up to the front. And just as I say that, there he goes 4 wide. Pushed by the 39. Ryan Sieg's going to go with him. They put the 68 of Brandon Brown in the middle. And how will that hurt the outside lane as well as the middle lane? They're coming off turn 4, 2 to go this time by. You have to appreciate the effort by Noah Gregson and all the other drivers who have attempted to make that 4th line work, but just nothing is materializing just yet. And now it is Berry, Herbst, Gibbs, and Gregson. The first 4 on the outside: Burton, Creed, Weatherman, and Tommy Joe Martins. The middle lane, and on the bottom you have Moffatt, Earnhardt, Alfredo. Burton, can the 27 get clear? He's able to get ahead of the 02 by side drafting, but before they get to turn 3, before he can shut the door, the 02 is able to come back and side draft him back, and it pulls him ahead. And as they're doing that, it gives Josh Berry one more chance to try to get clear, and he's going to have one more lap to make it happen. They come off turn number 4, side by side, one more lap to go at Daytona. Can Brett Moffatt grab his very first career win? Can our Motorsports get their very first win as a organization? Can Josh Berry go back to victory lane and get his 3rd career win here in this series? Down the back straightaway they go for the final time. You know, Gregson, he's going to go 4 wide again. He's on the outside of the 18 of Ty Gibbs. Weatherman, the 24, jumps up top. They're 4 wide outside the top 10. They're going to be 3 wide, though, coming off turn number 4. Burton losing some momentum. It's Moffatt getting out ahead. They come to the line. It's going to be the 0-2 of Brett Moffatt winning at Daytona. The former Truck Series champion and the underdog team, Our Motorsports, is going to go to victory lane as they crash in turn number 1. The 24 is around. Kyle Weatherman, they're crashing as they go past the checker flag. The 24 Weatherman and the 5 of Stephen Parsons, they come to a stop here on the apron of turn 1 and 2. But it is the former Truck Series champion, Brett Moffatt, joining Our Motorsports for what was going to be a 5-race deal in 2020. It gave him a full-time ride in 2021. And now it gives him his very first Xfinity Series win here. And how about Jeffrey Earnhardt? We didn't talk about who got second place, but how about Jeffrey Earnhardt, second place? That is the best finish ever for DGM Racing, as well as Jeffrey Earnhardt. That is a huge story here as we leave Daytona. But there's your winner, though. Brett Moffatt goes to victory lane here. A little bit of redemption after coming so close 1 year ago. But this year he makes it happen, and he will go to victory lane here at the World Center of Racing. Unbelievable finish here at Daytona. Now let's look at this finish one more time. Burton had a lot of speed entering turn number 3. He was ahead of the 0-2. But you see the 2 of Sheldon Creed, he lost his help. As Creed lost his help in the 44, and that gave the 0-2 the inside lane. The lane that was able to stay organized, gave Moffatt enough time to get to the line first before the other 2 lanes were able to get to the door of the 0-2. And it gives Brett Moffatt his very first NASCAR Xfinity Series win. And then they crash here down in turn number 3. We only had 1 caution the entire race. A 45-lap race, only 1 yellow, and it was for debris on the racetrack. And then we were able to go green the rest of the way, and the very next crash we had was after the checker flag. It's pretty funny how that turned out, but what a night for many of these drivers and many of these teams. I mean, Our Motorsports, their first race as a 3-car team. All 3 inside the top 5. That is pretty incredible. Jeffrey Earnhardt, like we said, comes home second. What a run that is for DGM Racing. As we are going to be taking a look here at the results here from tonight's beef. It's What's for Dinner 300. In the top 10. Great run there by Anthony Alfredo in 4th place. Sheldon Creed, rookie for RCR. Top 5, Josh Berry, David Starr, Riley Herbst, Kyle Weatherman, and Sam Mayer. And Santino Ferrucci, that is an awesome run by Santino, a open wheel standout. He has plans to run the Indy 500 later on in the year. 11th place, Tommy Joe Martins rounds out the top dozen. See Brandon Jones, your pole center. 14th place, Noah Gregson. A lot of big names on this page. Justin Allgaier, Ty Gibbs. We never really saw Chase Briscoe at the front. Ends up 18th. Austin Wayne Self, we saw him earlier in the race. For a good portion of the race inside the top 10, ends up 21st. AJ Allmendinger and Daniel Hemric, they led earlier on in the race, ends up 22nd and 23rd. And then you got Austin Hill in 25th. Josh Williams, Cole Custer 28th, Landon Castle 29th, Myatt Snyder, who led 4 laps earlier in the race, ends up in 30th place. John Hunter Nemechek, 33rd. Jordan Anderson, Matt Mills, and Greg Gauldy runs out the top 36. Greg Gauldy had an engine let go on lap number 48. Jason White, or lap number 38. Jason White, Stephen Light, Cesar Baccarella, and Mario Gosselin will be the final 4 drivers who rounds out the field. They all had some sort of mechanical failure and did not finish the race. And now we're going to take a look here at the playoff grid. After one race in, it's going to look pretty similar to the results. But one name is in green. Brett Moffatt is a winner here at Daytona and a winner in 2022, meaning that underdog team is going to be fighting for the championship when we get to Darlington Raceway in September. So that'll be exciting to see how Brett Moffatt and that 02 team will continue to drive throughout the course of the year. But not only that, how the entire 3-car team is going to react to this top 5 finish and move forward here in 2022. So everybody watching live on Twitch and on YouTube, thank you guys for joining us here on the 4Y Broadcasting Network, and we will see you next Saturday evening at the California Speedway, and we will also see you tomorrow afternoon as we get set for the Great American Race. Until then, congrats to Brett Moffatt. He is the winner of the 2022 Beef It's What's for Dinner